What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back. We celebrating the day after Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving, man. Let me know in the comment section how your Thanksgiving was. But we about to hear the wicked, wild stories of Thanksgiving. All right, everyday people, check this story out.
Y'all, my mother invited a whole hitchhiker to our Thanksgiving dinner, and this hoe ended up eating all of our food and robbing my cousin. I just want to preface this by saying that my mom is a very smart woman. Like, she is very educated, 2 degrees, engineer, went to Georgia Tech. Yeah. Like, the slow bus did not stop in her house one time, okay? But she sure did. And she met this lady at Kroger, no less. Like, you know the type of question marky people that be hanging out at Kroger. So let me just start in the middle, because I had no idea that she was actually a hitchhiker until after she left the damn dinner. I had to work till 5 p.m. today. Mind you, we started eating at 5, so I didn't get home until like 5:20, 5:30. I got there just as everybody was starting to eat. I get inside, I do my little 1-2. Hi, everybody. My gosh, I'm here. We can eat now. Yum, 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 yum. Get to the kitchen, and everyone that's sitting at the dining room table saying hi. Mind you, it's like 30 people at my house. So my whole family is over. Like, that's how we do Thanksgiving. And so everyone looks familiar. And I see this one lady sitting in the corner, and I'm like, who is that? Let me just be trans freaking parent. This lady looks a little stiff. The wig, a little stiff, a little crunchy, I'm like, oh, maybe Vontae, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he got a new girlfriend. A little bit of a step backwards from the last one, but, whatever. Who am I to judge? But
shout out to Vontae.
then I look next to her, and I see Vontae's old girlfriend. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's not his girlfriend. Maybe that's somebody else. Like, who is that? But I put it out of my mind, because everyone is just talking to her like it's regular. I'm like, okay, maybe she's a family friend. Maybe my mom knows her from the gym, because my mom works out a lot. She makes a lot of friends at the gym, whatever. I go, I get my food, I eat, I talk to my usual family members. I go back into the kitchen from the dining room where we were eating. I go back into the kitchen while the food's laid out to get some more. And this lady, like, she pops up her little shake and go wig. She moves, her wig doesn't. And she's like, oh my God, girl, like, where'd you get that? I like your hair. It's so beautiful. I had my hijab on at the time. She's like, your hair's so beautiful. Come here. Let me see it. It gave very much like weird vibes. So I was just kind of like, no, thank you. And I just went on about my day, because again, nobody is like making a big deal about this. I finished doing my thing for Thanksgiving, come upstairs, pray Isha, like I do my regular schmegular activities. Now, at this point in the evening, the eating portion has concluded, and now we have moved on to the socializing, card game playing activities. Everybody like their spades, their pig games, whatever. So I was really kind of tired, so I went upstairs, laid down, got myself together a little bit, and then I came down later on. That is when everything starts to unfold. Miss Crunchy wig is gone. People are huddled together having a conversation, and we start to find out everything about the woman who was at our Thanksgiving table moments ago, piece by piece by piece. So I get downstairs, and my mom is like huddled around the rest of my family members. A few of them have lingered. I noticed that Miss Crackhead lady is no longer there. And when I get back, I start to hear all these little buzzwords. I'm hearing things like thief, who was that, how did you meet, da. Well, I go and check into the conversation, and that is when I learned that my mother met this lady at Kroger. They struck up a conversation. She told her that she was a lawyer. Somehow got onto the topic of coupons, blah, 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 blah. And to be honest, I'm still a little fuzzy on how she convinced my mom that she was safe enough to invite to the place where she rests her head. But my mom somehow ended up writing down her address, saying, look, we're having Thanksgiving dinner at 5 if you want to stop through. This happened on Tuesday. We were eating, obviously, like everybody else, dinner Thursday, 5 p.m. Remember, 5 p.m. Around 1 p.m. on Thursday, she ended up showing up in an Uber and just like sitting outside until one of my family members noticed her sitting out there and was like, who is this car and who is this woman sitting in the back? We go to the back to talk to her, and she's like, oh, I'm here for the dinner at 1 p.m. That's not supposed to start till 5. Mind you, my mom even forgot by now that she even invited anybody over, that this interaction even happened. So when they ask her about it, she's like, oh, no, I didn't invite anybody. And so everyone is confused. My mom finally comes to the door outside and sees her, and she's like, oh. She asked my cousin Sylvia, the one who ends up getting stuff taken from her, if she could possibly just like, you know, could she make something up? Could she say, hey, I have a little remorse, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. She's like, what do I do? Because it's hitting her that this stranger is at her house trying to come in like 4 hours before dinner is starting. So while other people are getting her distracted in the car, my cousin Sylvia is like, listen, you cannot lie. I don't know why everybody in my family is all of a sudden so holy and like they done lied before, but for some reason on this particular day with this particular situation, they can't lie right now. She's like, we can't lie. Either be honest with her and say this was premature and a little off the cuff and you're not comfortable with her coming in, or invite her in. And guess which one my mother ends up doing? So they invite the stiff wig lady in. So while she sits down, my family members, my Aunt Imogene and my cousin Sylvia and a few other cousins, like kind of corner her in, like, so she can't really move or leave. And they proceed to start talking to her. And one thing my family can do is yap. We can cook and we can yap, like, for sure. So they get to yap and they start asking her mad questions about herself, because everyone wants to know about her. And again, at this point, I'm still at work and have no idea what's going on. While they're sitting there talking, they learn that her name is allegedly Wayetta, and they end up talking to her about like what she does, where she is. So she ends up telling the story about being a lawyer, for starters, but that's not her only profession throughout the rest of the story. She says she's a lawyer, her daughter is in school, and she's working, so she doesn't have anywhere to go. She came down to visit her. She didn't want to be alone, so she decided to come over and take my mom up on her invitation. They ask her, oh, what school does your daughter go to? She says Tennessee State. Mind you, we're in Georgia. But coincidentally, like half of my family came in from Nashville and a lot of them attended Tennessee State University. So they're trying to ask her specifics on the school. She can't answer them. That's when she ends up segueing into saying that she used to like work for Elon Musk and all these big names. And she's usually dressed down in Louis Prada Gucci. But again, just by looking at this lady, she has got pack hair. Her outfits are all mismatched. And she's got these 2 grocery bags with her. One's filled completely with makeup. The other one is filled with other miscellaneous items. Like, but she swears she's this big shot lawyer that used to work with Elon Musk, Tesla, and all of these other big names. And she keeps name dropping throughout the night. And all my family can think is, do not let her move from that one spot. Because at this point, we don't know what she could take. But of course, she does eventually end up taking something. So while she's talking to my cousin Sylvia, she mentions that she's an author. She's written a few books. She really, really likes them. And of course, this lady jumps up and starts saying that she's worked with all these big authors. Oh my gosh, I love books. This is so crazy. Blah, 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 blah. This is where the robbery part happens, by the by. So Sylvia is a self-publishing author. She gets some books together for her. The total for these books is like $70 because she asked for a lot of them, like a lot of books, like different copies of each one. So it comes up to a pretty big total. And if you're a self-publishing author, you know they can be a little bit pricey to produce your own books. She looks through them. She absolutely loves them. At this point, I've come home. I've kind of seen her. We've had that whole we like your hair interaction, and it's kind of like weird. We realize, like, how are you getting home? Like, can you get out of here? She doesn't have any money for an Uber. And we're like, okay, like, what are we going to do? Now, she hasn't per se made anybody uncomfortable, but we all know at this point she's not like who she says she is, because she has had like 5 different professions and 7 different titles in the last 2 hours, and nothing that she is saying is making sense. My mom's not comfortable taking her home by herself or like giving her a ride anywhere. A common sense meter has kicked back in at this point with her. So my 2 cousins, Vontae and Albert. Vontae is like active duty military. Albert, calm, cool, collected, but he failed recess in kindergarten. He does not play. He always got that thing on him, okay, that thing on him. And so the two of them decided, we will drop her off where she wants to go. That's probably the safest option. So they do that. They agree to take her to some apartment complex, you know, in the middle of wherever, because they feel safe enough to do that. And while she's gone, my other cousin, Malik, starts Googling the name Wayetta and Georgia and different names. And whilst they're gone, y'all, this lady's mugshot pops up. Her mugshot pops up, full name and everything. And they see this girl has got a theft charge and was charged early this year, and I believe is still currently out on bond. I know, spoilies, right? Like, she's not a lawyer. Who'd have thought? Oh, I forgot to mention, before she leaves, she takes all these books from my cousin Sylvia, and she's like, oh my gosh, let me Cash App you for this. Total comes up to like $70-something. She puts in the Cash App, sends it to her, and my cousin thinks that the thing has gone through. She's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And as she leaves to go check her phone to see if the Cash App has come through, surprise, surprise, it hasn't. Hence the robbery part. My cousins make it back okay. After dropping her off, they say they dropped her off at this really low income like apartment complex. There was a woman inside, they're assuming as her daughter, and they didn't get the books back. Nothing eventful happened. They were okay coming home and everything like that. But I had to ask my mom. I said, Mommy, what possessed you? What could have gone on in this conversation that said to you, oh my gosh, let me invite this woman over to my house where I lay my head. She could have cased the joint. She could have been, she could come back later like, what's going on? But my mom swore that she just wanted to help somebody out for Thanksgiving. And I mean, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. I don't know. It's the next day and we're all still alive. But yeah, that's the story of how my mom invited a hitchhiker, thief, known criminal over for Thanksgiving. I love you, Mom, but please don't ever do this again.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video, back in the confessional. And yes, we stay in lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy Lucky Wills and Deals. He keeps it lit. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. Man, hit the link below. We got HiveMindLabs.com, man, where you can unbig your back, man. Get that super fat burners, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what. I was going through looking at some of my videos from like 2020. Dog, my face was, and I had no beard, so you can see how fat my face was. But your boy is looking mighty healthy right now. So, diet, exercise, super fat burners, unbig that back, man. Get cut up. I'm telling you, I'm getting cut up. I'm doing a little bit of exercise, doing my burpees, my jailhouse burpees, getting that back toned up. Y'all gonna see when I bust out with this six pack. Y'all gonna be, oh, PJ. And y'all gonna be throwing wigs on the stage. Anyway, join the 80K subscriber giveaway, man. Well, we gonna be giving away a wig. Somebody said the price of wigs went up. She said, nah, y'all can't do us like that. A good wig costs at least $350. I was like, $350. Let me see. I gotta transfer money from my checking account to my savings and back, but it was a holiday the other day, so that might delay it a few days. But we're gonna see. We're gonna get it all straightened out, okay? We're gonna get it straightened out. Okay, so we ain't gonna have y'all in one of them cheap ass wigs, okay? We ain't gonna have y'all in one of these wig influencers wigs, okay? They show you a wig with in a velvet bag, and then when you get it, it's all in plastic, folded, matted up. It probably been washed, and you smell it. It smell like it been burnt before. Like, and did they use this? Anyway, yeah, 80K giveaway. You know what it is. The information is down below in the description. Let's get into it, big dog, man. Your sister, man, she said she left prayer, and she had to pray about this whole situation because, boy, her mama was tripping. How your mama picking up people from Kroger? She gave her mama a whole synopsis. Like, she said, listen, my mama is a good woman. She's educated and all this, but she pulled the dumbest stuff I ever seen in my life. See, you know, sometimes you give your parents grace. She gave her mama some grace because she said, my mama ain't never did nothing this dumb. But today today was one of them days. My mama did some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's the kids doing some dumb stuff. You know, usually I know. Okay. This might be telling too much. A family member bought another a girl to the family thing, and the girl ended up stealing some stuff, and then we was like, everybody was looking around, was like, why this missing? Why this missing? But then we realized somebody had like snuck off for a little bit, was gone for a minute, but nobody really said nothing. But everybody was kind of peeping game because of who this cousin is, and we was like, check that nigga girl. And it did. So everybody was just like, okay, then that person came back and everything was all good, but then something came up missing just randomly, and people was coming around like, hey, did you? And so nobody really said nothing, but it started to go around. It was like, I don't know, do you think she could do it? Well, she did kind of do this. So it was like a hush-hush thing. We never found out if it was true or not, but we do believe that was a corporate. But whatever. Nobody got confronted because we couldn't prove it. It was like a no. But you got to watch the sketchy people you let in your house. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay? If you know me, if you know, I'm the type of person, my stuff is messy. But I know where this is. I know where my remote is, my controller is, my other remote, my phone, my deal for my cigars. Okay, my matches. So I got a mattress right here, empty. I got another box right here. Okay, so I just got stuff everywhere. But I know what I got in here, and I know that I'm out of matches right here, and I got a box with maybe 2 or 3 left in there. But if one of them come up missing, I'ma know, like, nigga, who been in my matches? It don't sound like it's a match in here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyway, I don't know why the sister or the auntie thought she was gonna give us some books and look at this. I mean, the way she was describing the woman's hair and the wig. Oh, another wig story. Okay, shout out to the wigs. The wigs be wigging, boy. I'm talking about this is another wig story. Okay, but I would never give something to somebody and then they take off missing. Let me tell you something, man. One time I was on the south side and I was moving some stuff into storage, and I was telling I ran into these guys and it was like I forgot what it was, but that somehow they was looking to make some money or something like that. I said, y'all can help me move. I just need to move some stuff, load up my truck. Once y'all help me load up my truck, then we good, right? So, boom, they helping me load up my truck. And I don't think my stuff came up missing when they was loading up my truck. I think my stuff came up missing when we was unloading my truck. So some of my shoes came up missing, but what the cold part about it was, I gave them some shoes, because, you know, brother like me keep kicks on deck, you know what I'm saying? I gave them some trees. This is when I was growing trees at the time. So I gave them some trees, like a whole jar full. And I gave them some shoes, one of the shoes that you get on your phone and tighten them up and whatever, the self-lacing shoes. And I gave them some, I forgot what I gave them. I gave them a couple pair of shoes. And then, you know, they took some of my Space Jams. They took my brand new Katie on Pearls. I never got to wear them. I think they took another pair of shoes. So like three pair of my shoes came up missing on top of the 2 I already gave them. I gave them some speakers and stuff like that. And then so I was like, hit me up tomorrow. I got some more stuff, you know, trees for y'all. Because I had other trees in different places, because at this time I was moving stuff around. So one of the dudes hit me up. I said, hey man, hey, did your partner try to sell some of my shoes? He's like, or did one of y'all take on some of my shoes, son? He's like, man, oh boy, I think he took some of your shoes. And I told him, I was like, man, you better get those back. He said, I'm going to tell him when I see him, I'm going to tell him. And I was like, bruh, I said, man, I appreciate it, dog. So He said, "Man, I'm a," cause he barely knew the dude. I guess they was just running around getting high together. See, that's my problem. That's why I should have known when they was running around getting high together. I should have known like this. Don't let these niggas touch your stuff. But you know, I was moving a whole lot of stuff, and I was like, man, I gotta move this shit. I mean, look. I ain't trying to be out here for 10 hours. I'm trying to get this shit done in an hour. But the price I paid for it was costly. So I'd rather just, and I think I gave them $50 each. So giving them $50 each, giving them shoes, giving them some speakers that I had in my car because I wasn't going to use them. I was just sitting in the garage. But, just doing stuff like that, man, that tricked me off. So, you know what I'm saying? Be careful who you invite into your space, man, because, you know, everybody ain't got good intentions, man. Even it don't matter. Like some people, it don't matter what you leave out, man. Some people just love a come up. They don't know you. They finna get over you and get out your way. They don't never expect to see you again. But if they do see you again, then it's gonna be a problem. But they don't ever expect to see you again. So, they don't mind ripping you off because they don't care. A lot of people but hence the situation they in today. You can't keep doing people wrong and expecting your life to be good. Speaking on another note, I was talking to a coworker. I was talking to somebody, not the person that worked with me, but like, somebody that worked kind of with me. And I was telling them about like, doing things in your life that's fulfillment and stuff like that. And that fulfillment will, you know, it'll boost your spirit and your life will change when you find fulfillment. And bro said he don't have fulfillment. And he gave me a story about all this stuff. And I was just like, damn. I didn't have nothing to say. But I did know this. I was there to listen to him. And I didn't try to cut him off. And I didn't try to boost him up anymore. I didn't want to lie to him. But I said, man, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray happiness for you. But I think, like, I hope that you do find some fulfillment, even though you find living day to day. But I said, I'm going to pray that you do find something that makes you happy and that you can live your life out with that. But listening to his situation, a lot of the life beat the hell out of him. And so I think he's thankful that he's just walking around miserable as hell. But either way, anyway, so that's what I say. And doing good ain't always gonna get you far in life. It'll get you taken advantage of a lot of times. So in that my friend's case, he got taken advantage of. In my case, I got taken advantage of. In these people's case, they got taken advantage of because you let people in your space and they turn around and do you dirty after you open up your heart and your home and your kindness, your wallet and all that. People gonna take advantage of you, man. Everyday people, man. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'ma holler at you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as quick as 1 week.